They're an essential part of our lives, taking us this way, that way, and everywhere else in between. And although we take them for granted most of the time, the miles and miles of roads that help to connect this city are a big responsibility for the Newport News Department of Public Works Street Division, who keep a close eye on the condition of these well-traveled surfaces to ensure that they're safe and can withstand the constant wear and tear that they endure day and night throughout the year.
Resurfacing, we actually started a program in '84, a comprehensive program to bring all the city streets up to current standards. They were basically built substandard back then.
Alligatoring, 15, medium.
And of course, we know how the city's grown in that time. So that now when we look at reconstruction, we look at the PCI of the street, which is the Pavement Condition Index, to determine which ones need to be again reconstructed, and then we also field inspect them.
Utility patch, 30, low. We go out and inspect every road in the city of Newport News every 4 years. We basically look at 19 different distresses that occur in the streets, in the roadway, and then the degree of the distress, that could be low, medium, or high, and the quantity of that distress. This all comes together and gives us the Pavement Condition Index. We do ride the road. If the ride quality is also poor, this is one of the considerations along with the citizens that may comment about their street. All of this is considered, it's recorded, and eventually, after we've considered all of this, during a pretty long period of time, it's finally finalized in that we go in and reconstruct it from the beginning. That's taking up the old road, the old base if there is any, and starting practically new, rebuilding the street.
Dogwood Drive is located in the Country Club section of the city off of Country Club Road. It came up in the PCI report with a PCI of 25. We came out and inspected it and saw, it was in bad condition. It had numerous cuts in it, and it had been overlaid from curb to curb. So the decision was made that we would reconstruct it this year. We coordinated our work with Waterworks. They came in and replaced the water lines in it. The other utilities were okay. Normally, we come in as the curb is exposed, and we move in and just pull out sections of the curb in replacement. But because of the curb being paved and there was no drainage in here, we had to do wholesale curb replacement here. Well, hopefully the goal is that each street, after it's resurfaced, should have a 20 to 25 year life cycle. And that's our goal, was to bring the streets up to standard so that in future years it would be a simple mill overlay program instead of a complete reconstruction program.
All right. This is where it begins. We start pulverizing. We got a machine that actually chops the asphalt up. It's a big machine. It has, I'm guessing, a few hundred teeth on it. It's actually teeth that will actually dig into the asphalt and tear it up and then make it actually into a powder with rocks. And we actually reuse that material after we pulverize it. So when we're in the digging process, we actually reuse that. What we usually do is we'll start off, we'll maybe do 400 feet in the beginning. And then I'll pulverize another 400. So that way, when the excavator comes in and we get ready to dig, I'll be out of their way and I can continue pulverizing and they can start digging. The excavator will come out here and the motor grader will actually come out too. And they will actually cut in each side of the road, next to the curb and the center of the road. While they're digging it out, we also have our men bringing back big rock and bringing back crush and run. So as we're digging it out, we're putting it back in. The reason we do that is for better foundation, and we save a lot of money also by reusing the asphalt that we chopped up.
The foundation is very important on a road rebuilding process, but equally important is the curb and gutter process. The road is built upon the curb and gutter. Whatever the curb and gutter grades are, that's where the road is built. We have a crown to the road, so all of those are dictated by the elevation of the curb. So if they're not properly installed, then the road is not going to be properly built and you're not going to have proper drainage. So we went in and dug out all the curb and gutter and undercut the dirt under the curb and gutter and backfilled it with fresh crush and run, tamped it, and got it prepared for the contractor to come in and lay the new curb and gutter down.
contractor is using the curb machine to put in the curb and gutter on both sides of the road. And we're going to do the aprons when the contractor get through. I think it's around 26 aprons. So we'll save a lot of money that way by having the city to do part of this job since we don't have a curb machine. We're up to the challenge, we're up to the task, whatever the challenge may be. We know when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And dealing with concrete, every minute you lose, you can't gain it back.
We are putting on what we call base asphalt. The road's been fine graded with stone, and what's going to happen, it'll set up for about 5 days, and then we'll come in and make sure that it's nice and solid and ready for what we call a surface. The biggest difference is this is for strength. This particular layer is just for strength, and the second layer is for smoothness. That's really the big difference. To tell you the truth, I think what happens between the residents, contractor, and especially the city as far as engineering, this is almost utopia, because this really brings it all to a close. And this is what the citizens really look for. I don't care how much you put under the ground, it's what goes on top that makes the difference, you know. Whenever you bring a job to a close like this, it's the same happiness that we finished another one.